Good morning students. Today we are taking our fourth part of chapter 2, that is natural resources, land, soil and water. We were talking about the land, we have talked about the land, and in the previous video we were talking about the soil of India, and I am proud of all my students that they have done their homework very well. Okay, so I would like to say now that we have been moving on the next topic, that is soil conservation. Soil conservation is something related to the land erosion, where we conserve the land from physical as well as with the chemical processes. Is in this, the afforestation and overgrazing are the two factor methods through which we conserve our soil. How it is been happened, this has been discussed in the chapter. So I would like to request you to open page number 135 of your book, or take it with the video so that you can do it. So first of all, we will take the definition of soil conservation: the protection of soil from physical as well as chemical deterioration is called soil conservation. What does it mean? When we protect our soil from what? Physical as well as with the chemical factors, whatever, whether it is high rainfall or whether it is some of the factories using chemicals, and that is eroding the soil or defertilizing the soil. To save that, we've been doing what? We have been saving our soil by the help of checking over the overgrazing part or afforestation. Through this, we conserve our soil. The conservation has been include those measurements that can be protected the soil from erosion. It protect from what? It protect from erosion. Erosion of soil, being protection of the soil from erosion is called soil conservation. In this, now we have been talking about afforestation. Afforestation is what? The method in which we plant more and more trees, and shrubs and grasses should be planted, and reckless cutting down of forest should be stopped, as what we have been doing. For example, here are so many of trees. Okay, deforestation is something, is this, we just go through it and we scrub it, but we cut it. But now afforestation is something in which we plant more and more trees or some of the shrubs as such. So planting more and more trees and afforestation is related to afforestation. And overgrazing, we have been stopping the checking over the land to become explored to wind as well as rain. Okay, to explore to the rain and wind, what we are doing, the fodders जो है they should be grown as a crop. तो fodders जो है यहाँ पे as in crop grow होते हैं. So fodders are being grown as in crop, and these are the one where we've been checking the land over the rain, during the rain, and also during the wind. Okay, so this is something related to overgrazing. Now coming to next, crop rotation. In crop rotation we get two things. First of all, we control the pest, that is the chemical fertilizer, we save them, and then we control it over this thing, and then it also provide the nutrients to the soil. Here we plant more and more crops. Okay, on a particular land. On a particular land we plant more and more crops. One by one we plant more crops, so that a particular area get fertilized and it get the nutrients according to the change of the crops. So this has been done during the crop rotation. There are different factors, that is controlled plodding, terrace farming, strip cropping and cover cropping. These are some of the factors through which we can do changes in the crop rotation. These are the methods according to the places where we do such kind of activities. What activity? Okay, now we've been talking about contour plogging. In this, the parallel to the contour is being grown. The crops are grown in a collar form. This is like in this form, the tilted form, like this, the parallel land, and against it on the corners it has been drawn like this, so that the water cannot flow in an high instant, and adequate amount of water can be transferred to the crops as it been grown. So if they want to change the position or something, they change it according the area. Okay, and if they rub it from here, then this comes like that. They don't need to flow the water this area. When they rub from this side and make it land fertile, so the water flow in this area. This is known as something contour plogging. Now talking about the terrace farming. Terrace farming is something like the area activities in which it is mainly conducted in a mountain region, and in this method the hill slopes are cut in a form that all amount of water doesn't flow instantly, rather than we can stop some amount of water at an high level. So in this, what does happen? In this form they form the land. They cut the land in such position that complete water doesn't flow from one alternative, rather it flow in a little way that it can stop according to the area or according to the requirement of the land. This is known as terrace farming. If we talk about the strip farming is something related to in which we've been talking in the method which covers the crop area and as well as the small grains and grasses area, so that they are being planted alternatively and crops can be done. So in this, alternatively lines are drawn in such position. Okay, in such area, like these are the crops. The main crops are grown here. Main crops will be grown in this area only, and here will be the usual grass or small shrubs will be there. There will be no real place. So there will be space between the two lines. This is look like strips. So it is known as strip cropping. Now we come over cover cropping. Cover cropping is the name only itself indicate what we are doing. We are covering the area. When we are covering the area or crops, so what we do when we plant the trees or we plant the crops over an area, then we give some space in which the small trees or shrubs are being grown, so that they can stop the wind area, so that they can stop wind or high wind area which do not damage the real crops which are being grown. So these are the area which covers the main crops from the help of grasses, shrubs or small size of trees. This is known as cover cropping. Okay, next we have been coming on planting shelter belts. These are something, shelter belts are mainly done in a dry area. Shelter belts are mainly done in the dry area. I just make a diagram for this so that you get to know. In this, planting shelter belts. In shelter belts, what we do, this has been done in dry area where wind erosion is common. When wind erosion is common, mainly rows of trees are being grown in an area, and these are being shrubs are also planted there, so that the erosions can not be spread in the soil, and we can spread reduce the speed of the wind. In this we can reduce the speed wind. Okay, so the done which is done in cover cropping, in same way what we have been to save that area, we've been covering it like this. Here is the plant crops. Okay, here are the trees which have been covering the area, right? So these are the area trees where we've been covering like this, which has been done in strip or covering the croppings. In this only we've been planting the shelter belts. These are the shelter belts. It is like a shelter belts. It's in the both side. So it's been sheltering these area. Okay. Now this area and so on. It will be done this way. So it shelters the crop area so that whenever the wind flow, it does not affect the particular land or the crop, so that the crop cultivation doesn't affect by the wind. Okay, mostly in the dry areas this has been practice conducted. Now we are moving on rock dams. Rock dams. In rock dams, what we have been doing in rock dams, we have been building up the check the flow. What we do, rocks are peeled off, or they've been to check the flow of water, to reduce the flow of water, mainly in the mountain area. Mainly in the mountain area, we have been doing this practice to stop the flooded area, to stop flooding of the soil, or prevent the soil erosion, to prevent soil erosion, or flow of water को reduce करने के लिए, to reduce the flow of water or floods. Okay, all these to fertility of soil. To fertilize the soil. This is F, not S, so don't. Fertility of soil, to check this all things we've been doing such kind of, we've been putting the rocks, plugging it and then placing it in an area in such a way, okay, this way as I'm making, so that complete water doesn't flow, and there is some of the breakages will be there, so that floods doesn't come in an hilly area. Especially in mountain area, such kind of practice has been done. Like this, the plugging has been done, and the rock dams fertility saves the fertility of the soil. It helps from soil erosion. Okay. Next, when we've been moving up, after knowing all these things, we've been moving on water resources. For water resources, we need to know the basic things of water. An introductory section I am going to introduce you on this about water. Okay, what does it mean? What does it mean? Life, we know that life begins 3.5 billions of years ago, right? And that our land is mostly covered 90% of water, but two-thirds of water, from the total water, ocean water is available. Ocean water is there, 2/3 of water is ocean water, and fresh water is only 2.7%. Only 2.7% is fresh water, whereas the total volume of water on earth is being consumed. So 1/3 part of, if there is 90% of water, from that the 2/3 is the ocean water body, and the fresh water is of 2.7% only. So this is something introducing. It is very essential part of our human being life. So in this, what we've been talking about, that water plants or blue planet, we've been known as blue planet, उसके बाद और water planet, we've been known as water planet, or blue planet. Why? Because maximum amount of water is there on the earth, but from that only 2/3 of water is of area is consumed by ocean water, but fresh water is only 2.7%. Okay, now the earth water 1% is available for the human use. From this, only 1% is used for human beings. Okay, only 1% of water is used for human beings. So you have to take a quick reading of introduction of water. Okay, what does the water is, how much percentage of water is there, fresh water how much percent, and how much human beings can use. So this is the 1% of water which can be used by human beings, and 2.7% is only fresh water. Our earth is also known as blue planet or water planet. Ocean bodies or ocean water is 2/3 of the land, and our life begins at 3.5 billion years ago. Okay, these are the basic characteristics of water body, and after this, in next video, we will talk about scarcity of water, how is water is being reducing, and also we have been going to talk about conservation of water resources. What we have been going to talk about? Conservation of water resources, and this is your homework. Only a quick reading for the introduction of water bodies, and also the book reading till the land resources, and also the complete topics of land, just for a self study. And all other notes of first chapter and second chapter will be given to you after completing this chapter. Okay, when we complete this chapter in the coming weekend, I will give you the notes related to this. And if you have any inquiry, any problem with the topic, you can discuss it with me on my WhatsApp number, which is there with you all students. So the timing will be 4 to 6. Okay, so in that meanwhile, you can talk to me related to any inquiry or doubt. Thank you, students. This is all for today class. Take care of yourself.